Hey everyone, it's Kristen. So it's Friday, so we'll start off with this one. And for yesterday, it was Spider-Man, which I feel like I don't really need to talk a lot about him. I mean, I like to kind of give background or just fun facts, and I feel like pretty much everyone knows who Spider-Man is, even if they don't know the entire history, entire story. They know who he is. I mean, he's like the one of the most recognizable characters out there. He's definitely Marvel's most popular, most recognizable character. Like if you remember, he was the very first stamp that they did in this series. So yeah, I feel like my first exposure to Spider-Man was actually through the X-Men animated series. I saw, I think, that they were doing Spider-Man was doing a crossover with X-Men like in his series. And so of course I had to watch those two episodes. And then I ended up watching the whole series and I thought it was really good. Like I really enjoyed it. Um I'd be fine if they did like a continuation of it as that they did with X-Men. And of course we saw Peter Parker and Mary Jane in X-Men 97, a brief cameo, so obviously he found her, because the original Spider-Man, the 90s Spider-Man animated series, ended on such a cliffhanger. You were like, what the heck? We're not going to know what happened? Wait, what? So, yeah, I'd be fine if they continued it. Obviously, he found Mary Jane, but I feel like they could even, go back just a little bit and explain what happened. I mean, I would definitely watch it. So, and then today's is Hulk, which, okay, for me, like, which one do you guys prefer? Do you prefer, like, Smart Hulk, where he, has all of his mental capacities, his brilliance, or do you prefer, like, Angry Hulk, or do you prefer, like, there's somewhere in between? I feel like Angry Hulk, where he's not so smart, as in he doesn't have, of course, as much self control, is the most powerful because there's no limits, no self control, you know. Um, but I mean, I kind see it's hard because in the Avengers movies, you saw where he was, the in between Hulk, and he was just funny. I mean, like when he would just, punch people out because he was annoyed with them, or when he took, Loki and threw him on the ground repeatedly. Um, just just funny. And then, of course, but Smart Hulk has his redeeming qualities too. But I think I prefer like somewhere in between because then, obviously, when he was Smart Hulk, he never reverted back to Banner because he had all of Banner's intelligence and personality just in Hulk's body. So there wasn't this dichotomy of the two fighting for control. So I felt like that kind of made him a little bit less of an interesting character. I mean, nothing against that character or the movies or anything, but for me personally, it just felt like it was a little bit less of an interesting character. He was made to be a little bit less powerful because of self-control, which seems so weird, but it at the same time, yeah, it's true. When you have no control and you're out of control, I feel like you're more powerful in a sense because you're not thinking about limits and you're not thinking about, okay, I need to, stop this, but I need to do it in a way where I don't cause damage or I don't hurt anyone. So, I don't know. That's just my take on it. What do you guys think? So, for the stamp series, number 18 is Volstagg. He's part of the Warriors 3. He appeared, I think, in Journey into Mystery in like 1965. Soon after, kind of, yeah, I was like, wait, where was I going with this? So he is said to be based on Shakespeare's character Falstaff, kind of this more, I will say, not the ideal, the norm, kind of basically kind of full of themselves, but they're not really, they don't have kind of a right to be full of themselves because he's depicted as like, especially in the early days, a companion to Thor, and kind of a warrior, a little past his prime, um, a skilled warrior, but still the drinking and the constant eating, of course, interferes with his skills, his speed, stamina, etc. So he's not at his peak anymore. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. And he kind of is portrayed as a little bit bumbling and clumsy, but usually his clumsiness works in his favor. And he also, he's not the most courageous, but he pretends to be and takes credit for stuff when he shouldn't be taking credit for it. I mean, at least that's how he was first portrayed. A very interesting design. So this was from Thor 237, July 75. Also appears in Astonishing Tales 24, June 74. Kazar, number 5, September 74. Amazing Spider-Man, number 144, May 75. So, and this is actually kind of where they got the image. It's an unpublished cover. It's harder to see it because it's, in black and white, so it's harder to make out the details, I think. So unpublished cover for Thor number 170, November 1969. Art by Jack Kirby and Bill Everett. So he's in the corner right here. Like I said, it makes it a little bit harder to see. So I also kind of almost forgot about this because it is a new month. So this was January. I really like this calendar because, I mean, I know you're thinking, oh, Tom Kincaid, that's such a 90s mom thing or whatever. And I will say, yeah, my mom had quite a few of these prints, still does. But she gave me my castle print. I don't know if I ever I think I put a picture of it up in January. And I love it because it has the fantasy aspect of it. And yeah, these are just so like colorful and dramatic, and there's no rules. Like he can use whatever characters he wants, basically. So here you have Clea, Wong, Scarlet Witch, and Doctor Strange battling Dormammu. And I just think this is such a cool image. It's like so, just like I said, so dramatic. And I think it's cool that he pretty much, could just, the studio could just use whatever characters they wanted. I love that Scarlet Witch is included because she's one of my favorite, like, non-X-Men characters because she's still X-Men related. And I don't care what they say. I will still always think of her as a mutant and Magneto's, daughter. I know she's been, reconned, retooled to where she wasn't a mutant and she was experimented on by the High Evolutionary, and that's how she got her powers, and she's not related to Magneto, and her mom and dad are really a witch, a sorceress, and a warlock, and all that stuff, but I will always think of her as a mutant because that's how I was introduced to her, and that's how it was for, like, up until basically, the movies. So yeah, I'm sticking with that. And I mean, they say that even, before they said she wasn't immune, they did say that the High Evolutionary, he kind of experimented on her and like focused her mutant power, kind of influenced her mutant power, and her, mutant powers able to alter probability and other things, and can tap into chaos magic. And so that's, I mean, I think she's a cool character. She's been the subject of a lot of huge storylines. WandaVision was my favorite Marvel MCU show so far. So I mean, yeah, I really enjoy her character. Uh, let's see. Oh, and Clea, I did a video on her, so I'll link, that in the comments. She's actually Dormammu's niece, believe it or not, and she's been Sorcerer Supreme, and she was married to Doctor Strange. So yeah, I'll link that video, and if you want to learn more about her, because she's a really fascinating character. And I'm hoping, because of course we saw her at the end of Doctor Strange, you know, was it two? Yeah, I think it was two. Um, or was it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was two. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched those. And yeah, we haven't seen her since. So I feel like they introduced her and then they were like, oh, I feel like that has happened a lot. Like with Hercules in Love and Thunder, Clea, all these characters, Beast, they're introduced in these little post credit scenes, and yet they don't do anything with them. I feel like she probably will pop up in Secret Wars, maybe same as Hercules. Like I said, I think they're gonna just throw a whole bunch of characters into Secret Wars, but that's a couple years away, so we will see. But yeah, I really like this image. I think it's really cool. It's really dramatic. I'm definitely gonna keep this calendar after the year's over, and probably still put it up, because it's just fun. Um, anyway, so yeah, I'll link that video in the comments if you want to know more about Clea. She's been the ruler of the dark dimension too. Anyway, so I will end this video because it's already gone long enough, and I'll link that video and you can learn more about Clea if you want to. So I will see you guys probably maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do a couple of videos tonight or tomorrow. It depends. Just been busy with work and other things this week, so I haven't really gotten to like a video in my superhero room. I will call it. So we'll see. I'm sure there will be another kitty video tonight because they seem to be, at least one of them seems to visit me quite often, quite frequently. Last night was crazy because Bob and then Warren and then Longshot, that whole weird meow thing, and then all of a sudden I heard it again and there he was wanting treats. So it's been fun though. I really enjoy seeing all of them. So anyway, sorry, rambling. I will see you guys later. Until next time. Bye.